Alright, so this deck right here utilizes all of the true king cards that are available right now. So far there's only 3 of them, and they seem to be like the worm type versions of the dragon rulers. Except their effects are a little bit, well, they're a little bit different, but they are reminiscent of them. So far, at first glance, their effects seem a little bit complicated, but once you get the hang of them, they're not really. They all have the same effect, kind of, where you can destroy 2 other monsters on your field or in your hand. And at least one of them has to be of your attribute. So if like the fire guy wants to special summon himself from his hand, you can destroy a fire type monster and then any other kind of monster, just special summon them. So I can destroy like, what is his name, Suani, fire of the Yangzing, and then destroy a Gigabyte, and you'd be able to gain both their effects since they both would gain effects from being destroyed. And I'd be able to bring him out. But he also has a summoning effect, which is only activated if he's special summoned by his own effect, and you destroy 2 fire monsters. And his effect is actually pretty good. This one, you can just banish a monster on your opponent's side of the field or in their graveyard. Usually you're going to pick a monster on the field, though, because straight up banish is like a Caius effect, which is pretty good. So if I use this effect to destroy like 2 fire dragons, or a fire dragon and a Inari fire, or even a fire dragon and another one of the true kings, the fire types, just as long as they're 2 fire type monsters, I gain his summoning effect. But it's not needed to destroy 2 of them in order to special summon them from your hand. You just don't gain the extra effect. So that's their first effects. They all have a different effect when they're brought out. They have the same summoning effects where you just have to destroy 1 monster of their attribute plus 1 other monster, but they won't gain their effect unless you do 2 monsters of their attribute. The fire one has the best effect by far, but the other ones are not half bad either. The earth one, you can banish 3 monsters from your opponent's extra decks with different names. So get rid of all their really good ones like Castel, 101, or Utopia. You know, completely neuter them so they can't come back. That's actually not half bad. But it has to be of different names, so you can't get rid of, like, I don't know, if they're running multiples of the same one. It's useful against a lot of decks. So you do kind of want to go for his. And the water one, its effect if you destroy 2 water monsters is to banish 2 spell and trap cards. Since it's not destroyed, it's pretty good, so you can just get rid of some pendulum monsters with his effect. Alright, now on to their third effect. When they're destroyed by a card effect, so if you're special summoning one of the true kings, and you want to destroy one of the other true kings in order to bring it out, because remember, you don't need 2 of the same attributes, you just need 2 of them if you want to use their effect. So if you want to destroy one of the other ones, it's fine, you can actually gain their third effect. Their third effect activates when they're destroyed by a card effect, from the hand or in the field. And the fire one, he can add a non-fire worm type monster from your graveyard to your hand, or return one of the worm type monsters to the extra deck. The earth one can special summon a non-earth worm type monster from your graveyard. So I used him a lot to bring out some of my synchro monsters that were destroyed earlier. His effect is pretty good. It's like a monster reborn. His is like just an add card back, which is pretty good. And the water one, if he's destroyed, you get a special summon a non-worm type monster from your deck. A non-water worm type monster, which means you can special summon one of the other 2 True Lord cards from your deck if he's destroyed by a card effect. They won't gain their first effects, but that's fine because they can still gain their third effects. So yeah, those are the True Lords. They all kind of work the same, where their summoning conditions are very similar, and they all have very similar destruction effects, but all of their effects are different. Like their summoning effect, obviously is different because of their summoning requirements, are all the same except they require different attributes. Their summoning effects are all different completely. And all of their destruction effects are pretty similar, but they are all technically different. Okay, so those are the true kings. They actually work pretty well together.